Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Con Ulrich, and I am taking you through XCOM Enemy Within Long War Beta 15E. Not to be confused with Beta 15D or F or however many letters there are going on with that particular beta. If you are watching this video, it means one of two things. Either you know absolutely nothing about the game, and you're looking for a nice little introduction to get into the game, at which point you come to the right place, or you know that XCOM 2 is coming out in November of 2015. And you're looking to get some little bit of, you're getting your alien on before that comes out. Either way, you still come to the right place. What this video and video series is going to do is we're going to play through the campaign on Ironman Impossible, and I'll get into what that means in just a second, or at least as close as we can to that. The second thing we'll do is see if we can have some fun and kind of figure out how to combat the alien threat. First things first, this is essentially the movie Independence Day. This little man over here is Bradford. He will be our number 2. He'll be handling a bunch of other random stuff that we don't really care about, but you know what he does, so he can take care of it, and we'll take care of just killing aliens. Long War itself is not originally what XCOM Enemy Unknown or Enemy Within is made of. And Long War is instead a crowdsourced, let's say, modding. It's a mod. It's a mod. It's a lot of mods. The original XCOM game, don't get me wrong, wonderful game, definitely revived my interest in XCOM, which before that was limited to Civilization 2 scenarios. But Long War really made this game what I thought it could be. So go look at this real quick. We have Impossible. You can't theoretically win. I think less than 1% of the players for this game have actually done that. We are going to choose Iron Man, which means I can't reload. If I screw up and someone's dead, we are screwed. We have one chance to go through anything, so we'll see what it goes. Like it says, play with a single save is updated automatically as you progress through the game. Our choices are permanent, which means we have one shot of doing everything. This is second wave. This has a bunch of stuff. This is a lot of really interesting ideas. We are actually going to do perfect information that gives me enemy to hit values. So if they're shooting at me, I know how what the percentage is. So that way I can kind of gauge how debuffs and buffs and things like that. A lot of these other things are very, very interesting, but we're not going to go into a lot of them. Instead, we are going to actually jump right in and see how this goes. So let's take a moment to think about ourselves and think about the loved ones that we've lost in the meantime, and pray to God that the aliens don't get that at the same time. And let's start. And right here we have Buckminster Fuller's quotes, "Those who play with the devil's toys will be brought by degrees to wield his sword." Ominous stuff, and it definitely fits in a lot better to Enemy Within, which brings on this entire idea of meld, which helps you kind of create mechanized infantry, truly mechanized infantry, and we'll get to that a long ways away. But of course, as with so many alien invasions, the world starts with one little innocent pod that plummets to the earth like a meteor. And of course, because people are stupid, they decide to do something like, let's go forward and take pictures of it and upload video to YouTube with our little flip phones in the mid-90s. Let me touch it. See, bad idea. Don't go towards unnecessary stuff. Like fight or flight instinct, these people have all died for the Darwin Awards right now. And proving that when it rains, it pours. Instead of just one, we have more. And here comes more and more green stuff. And the words of Will Smith, don't shoot that green shit at me. Well, you did not shoot that green shit at me. But unfortunately for these people, they did. And it has been, and it's not pretty. Not pretty at all. But don't worry, when there's danger, there are people here to save the day. With terrible analog TVs. Booting up the computer.
Hello, Commander.
Hello.
In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed.
Deploy.
Good luck, Commander.
So of course you have this lovely, awesome little dig going straight in, and we're like, yes, we're pumped, ready to go. Agent 47, or maybe it's Professor Xavier, is our buddy. And maybe he's not, we're not really sure. But in the meantime, we need to decide where to put our first base. The cool thing about Beta 15 is that the original game only ever had continent bonuses, which is that every little area was Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, and South America. We apparently don't care about Australia by itself. It kind of gets lumped into Asia. Every single continent had its own little specialty thing going on. Beta 15 has actually put particular bonuses and letting you start in a specific country. I mean, pretty great. Actually, really great in some cases. Some of these things are really, really awesome. But, you're just kind of trying to figure it out. See what you're going with. You try to figure out what's going on first. There's a lot of things to choose from. Of course, for some reason, we have ways, so it doesn't matter whose side you're on with that. We just randomly have the ability to do a lot of interrogations and autopsies a lot quicker. But that's neither here nor there. What we might try... Alright, I've tried building one with this before. Let's do this again. Cheyenne Mountain. So elevators are already built and excavation costs are reduced by 50%. No, you know what? I'm sorry. We're going to do something a little different here. You know what? I have to try this. Baumeister, we gotta go. See what happens.
Deployment site is in the UK. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
Alright, I have to admit, this is my absolute first time running an Ironman Impossible campaign. I've beaten this game before, but not an Impossible. I'm definitely not an Ironman. So we are going into this blind, deaf, and probably fairly dumb between the two of us. So let's go and see what we can do with Team Red Shirts. Let's go.
Strike one, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
As if we would, Bradford, but thank you so much for being worried about us. Okay, so Beta 15. For those of you who have played the XCOM game before, you will notice that a lot of these maps are exactly the same way that they are in the original one. The cool thing is that someone took the time to go and randomize where you start out. So, don't ask me where you start out. Usually, it's been a really long time since I played the vanilla version of this game, but I'm pretty sure that this is just definitely not it. If memory serves, I think actually you start either on one of the sides and you come up on this construction side from either this left area or the right area. So you can see right here, for those of you who are the uninitiated, we have meld, and that will be very important later on. So the first thing I guess we're going to try to do is move towards that and see what goes on. I have a lot of random equipment, including somebody who's got lots and lots of grenades. And a flashbang, because Lord knows the aliens just don't like bright lights. So let's get to it.
Genau das haben wir gesucht.
Was du sagst, mein Freund, was du sagst. We're going to actually try to take this high ground first and kind of use that as a base of operations to sweep forward, whether it's on the left or the right. So you take the high ground, move towards the meld, and start to clear out the rest of the area. Funny story, the last time I played on this map, there was meld directly in front, there was meld directly to the side, and the first thing I did was, let's go balls out and go crazy and see what we can do. And I got 10 enemies to all activate on me in the same turn.
J'y vais.
Doesn't sound like a little very scary idea, but then you start realizing how crazy some of these enemies are, and you will see that it's just no fun whatsoever to get that many.
Bien.
For the newbies out there, turn's broken down into two different ideas. You have the first move, second move. First move is always in the blue, yellow is the second move.
Moving out.
Generally, the idea is you're supposed to go and move and fire, or you know, any kind of combination really of those particular ideas.
Headed there now.
And what you're going to basically be looking for
Je suis en route.
is a way
Rücker aus.
to play really safely, cool, without activating anybody in the first turn. Alright, so I just heard sectoids. We will find out what the sectoids actually do and who they are and how disgustingly annoying they can be in just a few moments. But before that, we're going to move up and pray to the great goddess, Isis, or whoever you're really praying to.
Alien life on Earth. We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded history.
Dr. Valen is our resident quasi, like, Nazi-ish individual that you're really kind of concerned about with how excited she is about aliens coming in.
En marcha.
However, we have a fairly decent position on them. To any military buffs out there, we are trying very, very hard to
Affirmatif.
just use our height to our advantage. Height in a fight is right. The good news is they really can't flank us too easily coming around the sides. Just around the extreme edge of the map, the really only way they can flank us is to go way, way around, and they should not be able to do that in one turn. If they do, then we really have to have a talk with the developers. Hopefully that bodes well. I'm a firm believer in, you know, kind of like random chance and luck. Not so much in the realm of everything else, but in terms of this game, always.
I'm rolling.
See if Lang can get a nice little peek, and she cannot. These guys are kind of blind off to one side. Let's go, Natalie. Arg. Natalie, I hope so much more for you. 54. Let's go for the ones that got a little more health. And
J'ai raté la cible.
okay, mind merge. The difference between sectoids in the original XCOM and Long War is that they gain access to some psionic powers way, way earlier. That is not to say that they're any less ridiculously deadly, because they can easily do. They do a lot of damage pretty early. Duck, duck. Impossible. That's so close yet so far. So tantalizingly close. We, however, are going to flank wide around and really freak these guys out a little bit.
Je vais vers la position.
Alright, if we kill, yes, well then the resultant, like, oh my gosh,
Their
backlash.
weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies.
1 second.
We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
You know, the nice thing about Dr. Valen is that she's not worried at all about the safety of her human beings on the ground. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, I gotta point out something real quick. If an enemy is flanked, the first thing they're basically going to try to do is bolt for cover. They won't return fire. They're not going to go and worry about such things like that, little things, about surviving. They are just going to bolt, which means that generally we can kind of write them off. Which means hopefully, atta girl, Jackie, we can go and kill Gloop Gloop without too much issue. meantime, we're going to take things a little cautiously. So next turn, we're going to get ourselves some delicious milk. And for right now, it's not going to really make too much of a difference for you. You're like, okay, whatever, it's not really that great. But you'll find out later on that that stuff will start to save lives. More or less, really.
Heading out.
He's going to probably retreat.
Empiezan a perder terreno.
Yeah. So we're doing pretty darn good so far, I have to admit. It is early, so I don't want to cheer too loudly. Yeah, see, here we go. We have the most troll-worthy enemies coming up at me right now, this Lord Drone. He doesn't seem like he's at too much of an issue. But he's a real cast iron pain. Just really, really a pain. First of all, he's a flying enemy, which starts to be the bane of your existence.
That's affirmative.
So we're going to stick somebody in high cover. And pray that Long's going to do something good. But unfortunately, it seems to be too much to hope for.
Wide. Tout de suite.
Yes, sweet tooting. Let's go.
On y va.
Copy that.
Marchando. Vuelvo al combate. Je rejoins la position. On repart à l'attaque.
You know, I really want to have people stay in cover. I really want someone to even be in full cover. But that's not going to happen right now. So the best we're going to really hope for is we're going to hunker and have some damage reduction here. We have more sectoids off to the left. You can hear that. Oh, jeez. No, don't freak. Oh, awesome. Alright, Mind Fray. Mind Fray decreases mobility and inflicts damage and has a chance basically of freaking you out. But, sticking as far forward as we did, generally, that means, let's hit him please, boys. Alright, good start, good start. Generally, it's a really, really bad thing to take early on. Duck! Wonderful girl that you are. Let's go, ladies and dudes. Let's go, team. See how much closer he is? Because he has that flying bonus, it's just retarded amounts of defense.
Tout de suite.
All the same, we're gonna give it a go. 1 in 3 chance. Arg.
Ah, shit.
I agree with you. We need a quick finish to these people. But apparently we're going to be stymied by that lovely little thing. We're going to keep Margarita over here. Kind of watch the side. Alright, this is really taking me off, boys.
Damn it, missed the target.
And I would move forward, I really would, because if the sectoid's going to come up, it's going to go pop, pop, pop. And Danielle is going to buy it really, really quickly, and I would really prefer to do that. Is anyone else have to move?
Auf den Weg.
Okay, I want a really aggressive move right here. For 1, 2, thankfully take him out. And for 2, Alright, so my merch again. He should not be able to get any kind of flanks on me. That'd be really bad if he did. He's probably gonna shoot at her. Even worse. Jeez. Duck! Alright, well he got critted. Not great. Please don't die. So Daniel's gonna be our first guy in mid-bay. You know, he's got a wonderfully long time in there ahead of him. He's a little bit aggressive. That should hopefully not be a pattern that we will repeat. No, sir.
Verstanden, Commander.
But he gets revenge on the guy who shoots him, and he takes him out because he is a boss.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Ridiculously low. Guess just a hit.
Affirmatif.
On the move. Let's drop.
Yeah, Margaritas is going to continue to chill over here. I know it seems like a waste of manpower, but in this game, there's a way of just like dropping guys right where you don't want them. And let's steady weapon allows you to get plus 20 to aim, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, where's the meld? I have no idea where the meld is. Oh well, we will find it together. Let's see if someone can be awesome and pick that second foot out of cover. This long, will it be your day? No, it will close. It will almost be your day, but just not quite.
Auf dem Weg.
Danielle, you're retreating. You're on backdoor duty.
J'y vais.
And because she hates pallets and construction materials, she decides to blow a hole out of that
Got it
instead.
covered.
Boy.
How aggressive do we want to be? Gonna run the entire way up? I think we're gonna try it. Because I feel like living on the edge today. No, I don't. I feel like being much more safe.
Je confirme la position.
I think it's time for Marie to swing around to the right side of our sectoid buddies and flank little bleep bloop in his buddy. Oh, never mind. We know where they are. Take him out.
Listen.
Thank you for that stunningly accurate report. Wow, that was remarkably low key. Okay, so what he wants us to do, he wants us to flank like that. And that'd be awesome. Really, really great. So, hey, look, someone's out of ammo. And he's practically worthless. could do is you can go crazy all in.
Ça roule.
Which, believe it or not, might be an option. Or the option, really. And just be careful about things with a flashbang on him. So now he's disoriented. He can still move, he can barely move, and he can shoot, but him shooting is probably not the best option for him. Because he can barely see.
Heading there now. Back online.
Alright, Marie. I guess that your flanking mission was kind of worthless then.
J'y suis déjà.
Verstanden, Commander. Bin bereit.
Okay, you cannot hit him from there. How far off are you? About 3 tiles. Alright, this red thing normally means we're pretty much screwed. But with the other man flashbanged, the only thing we really have to worry about is ionic attacks. And we're going to play pin the explosive on the alien. Hooray!
You may want to instruct your men to exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at killing aliens, they also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from the bodies. Just something to consider.
I don't care.
I'm alright.
Ah, there we go. There's the other melt. Time for a mad dash. Let's go. We're doing it. Oh, we are so getting that meld. Alright, you're gonna find out that I'm gonna play very aggressively, which is not always a wonderful thing to do. You'll find that most people are much more safe. But when my people are red shirts, I'm gonna be a little more aggressive. I figure that they're important, don't get me wrong. I've lost it, never mind. I can play safe now. It's not that I don't care about them, it's just more a matter of, I feel that the risks tend to outweigh the rewards.
Moving.
Alright, see if we can get Danielle back to this
Auf den
fight.
Weg.
Je bouge.
Shaboosh. Let's go. I have no idea what that means, but let's do it.
Pareil.
Rock and roll.
Now, if patterns are anything like they normally are, there's
Verstanden,
going to be
Commander.
at least 3 more sectoids on this first map.
Come on. Time to cowboy up.
That doesn't sound like a whole lot. And I realize that you must think that either I'm really that good, or the sectoids are that bad that I picked them up as well as I did, as quickly as I did. But I promise you,
Hey, yo boy.
they get much, much worse.
J'y vais tout de suite.
And momentary successes do not mean long-term
J'ai rechargé.
successes.
Tout de suite.
Alright, to our right front.
N'avez rien entendu?
And there goes the other meld. So we unfortunately only got 1 meld canister in this level. It can vary between 0 and 3 depending on the map. And you're like, okay, whatever, cool. Like you lost out on a little bit of alien coke or something like that. But you will discover that meld is kind of important in this game.
Je suis en route. Les yeux sur la cible.
Of course. Alright, so they have the high ground. And you're throwing ourselves into this tree trunk.
Je bouge.
And we will carefully approach their position. be really awesome. If you could take him out, it'd be great. Not quite. Not bad, but not great. Kind of lukewarm, really.
On my way. Boy.
Since we really have no worry about picking up anything extra on the map, we can kind of take it easy and be much careful about this. Okay. Great. 2 on Overwatch. Overwatch tends to be a problem. Especially early on. You'll see that this guy over here kind of got zapped a little bit. It's like, oh, geez, my buddy's got taken out. Problem. Danger, Will Robinson. We'll see if we can kind of complete the issue in his day. And it looks like we can. Means whilst our silent French assassin is moving ever closer. Creeping forward with stealth and a plume. Or a plum.
I'm
or
on the
whatever
move.
kind of fruit, really. But creeping forward, which is the important part.
End run.
Duck, Daniel!
Bin unter Beschuss.
And surprisingly enough, this truck does not light on fire. You'll discover later that a lot of wheeled vehicles, especially in the 2015 of this world, really don't like not exploding. In fact, they explode an awful lot for being what they are. You can kind of tap them with bullets and they can start lighting up.
Moving.
Not ideal, but definitely not a bad thing either. I think this is to make this a little easier on ourselves. And just get the bugger. Fire one.
Catch.
There we go. And that should be mission success.
Good work out there, Strike One.
If I
There
may,
we go.
Commander, the labs are on high alert. Teams are standing by for your orders. We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
Just checking real quick to see, make sure we're still recording. Yeah, that was actually a really good mission. We're gonna have one guy in sick bay for a while. Daniel's gonna be there for probably about 2.5 weeks. But all in all, really not that bad. And you know why? Because the Brits support us. As we fly back on our budget Quinjet.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander.
Hello.
I'm Central Officer Bradford.
So,
My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
you know, I can't help but laugh whenever they always make comment with something more important. Promoting somebody in the barracks. Because that's
Commander to the research labs. Commander
way
to
more
the
important.
research labs.
Cool thing about this, we got everybody to get promoted at the same time. Unfortunately, only heavy weapon specialists.
The heavy weapons specialist provides a crucial service to the squad. With the rocket launcher in tow, there are demolitions experts.
Okay, you'll see with this that there are two choices as well as a randomizer in the
Commander to
middle.
the research labs.
Shush.
Commander to the research labs.
This particular case between a heavy machine gunner and a rocket launcher, basically. And we'll get a lot into this a little bit later.
The assault class serves as our front line. They're the first ones into a fight and the last ones out.
So either in this case, infantry or assault. Assault's really great about getting up close and personal, and infantry is like a bullet wizard. You just sit back and just light them up as much as possible.
Just like it sounds, the support class provides that intangible edge our squads need. They make everyone around them better.
So either you plan on getting your people shot, so that way you can heal them, or you take a more proactive approach. We will use medics later on. Trust me, we will. But in this particular case, I'm just going to start off with the Grenadier, and just not worry about that quite as
Our
much.
snipers specialize in dealing massive amounts of damage from afar. But without sufficient training, They're vulnerable in close combat situations.
In this particular case, you have a scout who kind of like bolts up to the front and ducks out of the range, like all this Overwatch.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Oh, you have a sniper who just kind of sits back and just fires bullets from a long ways away. With Lang having the best aim out of the three, I think I'll make her our primary sniper. 12. Alright, I think Margarita, just because she has got the lowest aim, I'm actually going to turn her into a scout. And we'll get a lot more into that, and we'll leave Marie the way that she is right now.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is awaiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
Alright, so what we have here is we have what we just got on the mission. I know you'll say, wait a second, but you killed 9, Ulrich. You have 9 sectoid corpses. What's going on? Whenever you use grenades...
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Whenever you use grenades, you blow up both the weapon fragment for anything that they have, as well as the corpse. So there's that kind of a problem. So I guess we'll go to the research lab and listen to... Oops. Okay.
Commander, I realize our troops have to put their own survival first, but every alien we use explosives against is one less opportunity to recover new artifacts.
I just accidentally skipped through the idea. Dr. Valen is our resident research specialist. She's a little creepy, as you can tell from the fact that her picture down here is very different than the hair color up here. So besides just having hair treatments, she's definitely a spy. She's got to be. What we can do first, we can look at xenobiology, which helps out in kind of making alien containment, and we'll get more into that as the game goes on. Weaponry, which helps us make stuff for our own guns and upgrading our damage output. And alien materials, which helps us get stuff like armor. Right now, it's the only one I can really start with.
Commander to engineering.
It seems the complexities of our latest research projects are overwhelming the current staff. I hope you'll consider seeking out additional scientists to bolster the team.
And we'll talk about how to do that.
Commander. I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here.
And things they can't dream up to.
Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
See, I trust Shen a lot more than I trust Dr. Valen.
We've still got some room to grow up here, but if we really want to expand our facilities, we're going to have to start excavating beneath the base. Unfortunately, the deeper we go, the more it's going to cost.
Alright, so starting right off, I'm going to start building a satellite uplink, because we will need that, like, hardcore. Yeah, just trust me,
Commander to mission control.
You'll see.
Commander to mission control.
Work crews are on their way to begin construction. I'll send word when the new facility is operational.
And the second thing we're going to want to do is probably build a power generator. Eventually we're going to want to claim, probably turn this area down here into a power area. Or start building just directly down with these 3 right there, something like that. It's not going to be an ideal thing. It'd be much better to have steam vents on the same side, because steam is just ridiculously good in this game. As for items, we have, not that much. We have sawed-off shotguns, we have shivs, we have satellites, and we'll get into a lot more of what that stuff needs to be.
Every member of the council is going to want satellite coverage, so we should plan our deployments carefully.
Alright, so a lot of this going on is that we're going to need to put satellites over all these places so that way we can get coverage as well as funding.
Commander to mission control.
And the more that we do that,
mission control. Satellite uplink facilities
the more money
at
we'll get,
maximum
which is
capacity.
great. And at the same time, we'll
Additional
also
uplink required.
get things like each of these bonuses. So actually, this would be really good. So I think the plan first for me is to go
I'm
and
receiving you. We'll monitor that contact, but I don't think it's related to the UFO activity.
if Bradford will stop interrupting me, I will go and work through, cover all of Europe first, and then we're probably going to move over into Asia. Because basically, Asian stuff is awesome, at least all the country things in this particular case. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Pretty good.
Commander to mission control.
Yeah, I think that's what the
Commander
deal
to
is.
mission
We're going to stick
control.
with going through Europe first and going on to Asia. If you take a look over here, you will see that we have a ton of
When
aircraft.
selecting a specific jet within the hangar, you can choose to modify its current weapon loadout to best serve our needs.
I'll get into this another point of what the difference is between these two sets of missiles. But you know, you have the little things like E.T. go home, just small little things that the programming group put in here that just make me kind of giggle. But in the meantime, we're going to go and take a look at the activity here. Alright, now that we have our first aircraft already set to go, I'm going to call a quit to the first video of XCOM Long War Beta 15. If you like what you see, please smash the like button. Feel free to share it, you know, do whatever you'd like to, as long as it's positive. Feel free to comment, do whatever you want. Until next time, this is Con Ulrich signing out, so see you soon.